Sounds correct.
Hi guys, welcome to MCS Round 2.
Yeah, and Paddock Show today is privileged to cover the second round of the Malaysian Championship Series. We have with the Race Rally KL team today and also Leona's team, Castrol, that we're gonna have a bit of coverage to showcase you guys how the team is run for the race weekend.
Okay, so MCS in about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay, so before that, this is also in combination with episode 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just finished Canada free practice one.
Yep.
Okay, what did you see on that?
It was plenty of non-action, I would say, because the rain affected FP1 and FP2. But take note, again, this issue is common. From time to time we are seeing that standing water is the problem, and due to that you cannot race. But come on, you guys as the circuit organizers, you should know that which area and whatnot need to be taken note of the standing water. You are coming there every year and year out, and so why that problem still persists? People come from everywhere to watch the race, and then that 1 hour that you spare for them it's just gone like that. I mean, they are not even able to see any action. So how is it fair for the fans? I don't think this needs to be taken note. Circuit organizers, they should be aware of all these issues beforehand, before even the event starts.
Okay,
You know,
so I think before Canada, there's a few things that was highlighted. Okay, Ocon is no longer with Alpine.
yeah, good for him.
Any comments on that?
It was coming. Basically,
After what he
Yeah,
after what he did in Monaco?
they say it's just the timing, but they already had a discussion that they're gonna ask him before the mid-season of the Formula One calendar. But it happened just at the right time when he made a mess in Monaco by going fly on top of Gasly, whereby there was no room to overtake. Basically, oh, sound. This is what we come for. This is our second home.
Yeah. So, but on top of that,
Yeah.
Jack Doohan is also doing free practice
He
one.
didn't get much chance, man, because
Yeah.
FP1 was, most of it was because of the rain. They couldn't run. So Jack Doohan didn't have the chance to really, adjust to the car or feel the car as much as he wanted to. But it is what it is. He might have a chance later on, but
But actually, for Jack Doohan is actually big son.
yes, he's a Mick Doohan's,
He got
MotoGP World Champion, multiple times MotoGP World
5 times
Champion.
world champion,
Yes.
Austrian rider
Exactly. So
for Repsol Honda.
correct. So F1 is coming back to his normal routine of coming to tracks Northern American side.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that will be Barcelona, but due to the circuit resurfacing of the circuit in Montreal, there might be some relieving back for Red Bull, because why? The curves will be lower compared to before, and then they may be able to ride better on that track. Again, we don't know yet because they didn't have the full dry run. Max Verstappen had an ERS problem as well, and the rest was just still trying to find a setup. The track conditions weren't good enough for them to find out what really suits them well.
Yeah. So on that note, also Sergio Perez renewed his contract
Yeah, he renewed
with
as
Red
well.
Bull. So that's a bit of stability for the team.
Yes, that's their one. That's what they want. They want to ensure Max that the stability is there, the money is there, and there's no company driver to basically hinder Max from having a go at the championship.
And I think most importantly is also we need to touch on the new technical regulations for 2026.
Yeah, no more DRS.
Yes.
I think they will introduce the full flash rules end of this month, June, and then what we got to know is the active aero package for the front and rear wing, whereby they will have the Z and X mode for them to use for the straight line speed, and then the engine basically 50-50 combustion and also the battery pack. They must be equivalent in terms of power. So the cars will be totally different. But that reminds me of the previous generation of Formula One cars, whereby they look similar. It's just that they tweak here and there to make it more exciting. Most of it is the wings, the aero package, and also the engine. And the tires remain the same, 16, 18 inches. Apart from that,
Not much
not
difference.
much difference. I mean, racing is racing.
I think for my point of view, I think still a bit of a setback for fans because it's not much difference. And when it's not much difference, whether you play a big important impact on the upcoming seasons in
Yeah.
terms of development, in terms of race excitement, maybe for the fans it will not be such a big
Yeah, I mean, when you take out all the strategy options like refueling and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense when you change the car in terms of sizing or in terms of technology. I mean, the racing gonna be the same. How do you improve the racing? Bringing the more strategy, refueling, more tire options, or more manufacturers coming in on board. Not just Pirelli, who has the how to say, the comfortable zone of making their own compound. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's not a competition. It's just parade like what we have seen in Monaco GP. We need more variety, I guess. And then by you doing tweaks here and there, making the car look smaller visibly, but the race craft is the same. What's the point?
yes.
And then
Basically, it's no
another
point.
point to note, it will be very dangerous for the drivers, whereby you have front and rear wing literally not working. When you use that mode, I mean the active arrow. So how is that gonna affect the drivers? Based on the simulators, most of the drivers say it's quite dangerous. So
That's
let's
why,
see
see,
how it
Kumar, I
happens.
think basically to make an impact on the race excitement for fans, we need refueling, we need better tires, we also need better sizes in terms of tracks that are too narrow for overtaking.
Simple. Make the car smaller, bring back refueling,
Yeah.
more options on tires. It will solve your issue. Instead of just making a hype out of it, when the rules are kind of the same.
How about what do you think about the noise of the engines with these new racks?
With with not having MGUH anymore, I think the noise will increase further. But take note, the battery power must be equivalent 50-50 for both combustion and also the hybrid. So we will get to see how it goes. Nobody knows where they are at the moment. Ferrari have tested the engine, Mercedes have tested the engine. So let's see if they're able to, be on par with the current set of hybrid engines, which are more close to 1,000 horsepower. I really doubt that they will be managing to have that kind of power at the moment, but slowly, gradually, I hope so.
Okay, so F1 aside, let's focus on MCS. This is where we are here today. So we are going to cover two race teams.
Yeah, yeah. One is a race rally team, KL, and also another one is Leona Chin's team. Hopefully, we'll get to go inside later.
So for you guys who do not know what MCS is, MCS is actually an open series. Whoever has got a racing license endorsed by MAM can actually
compete, yeah.
compete in this race.
Yeah.
It's not too expensive. I would think it's still affordable.
Yeah, correct. It's kind of like the touring car races that you see outside. I don't think much people are aware that MCS is going on in Sepang Circuit.
Even I wasn't aware.
So the exposure is needed. People need to know that this kind of local events, local series is still going on. It's free sitting at the main grandstand. So Sepang Circuit, it is bringing a kind, how do I say, more and more activities coming forward.
These are the things that as I see, if you guys are listening, these are the things that you need. We need more fundamental series, ground entry level
exactly.
series.
Something like Formula cars or Formula Renault or touring cars like this. We know that you guys are already doing Saga Cup and stuff like that. But track this aside, we need more championships so that people get to know that Malaysia is quite competitive in terms of motorsport as well. Another flaw would be we only have one track in Malaysia that has an A1 class license.
Yes.
So that's a setback. Why not bring two more tracks around Malaysia so that you can do a championship within the country, within the nation, so that at least you explore other tracks as well. I mean, not just Sepang Circuit.
Yes. So that's actually very, very important because if you don't have enough infrastructure, that means people, let's say in Sabah, Sarawak, need to fly back to Sepang just to participate.
It's all basically cost management and stuff like that. You don't have to have this brilliant
No, we
facility.
don't need.
For other tracks, maybe a bit of a lay low, but still, people are able to compete.
We
and
don't
have fun.
need such top level circuits, but we need maybe a mid-tier circuit,
Correct.
maybe a Class B circuit, which can still host international or domestic events
Yes, exactly.
or regional events.
So as we said that we're gonna cover two teams, but we will mainly focus on Race Rally KL. We will see how they prepare the car, their pit stops, their race strategy, what they discuss in their strategy room. The race is about 50 minutes. All right, the window for pit stop is after 35 to 50 minutes for 40 minutes. So it's a compulsory stop. Let's see how they do today.
Okay, so later on, we'll give you some insights from the pit garages, from the drivers, from the team manager, also the team principals.
Yes.
Okay, so you stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Right. Guys, we are Paddock Show again, and today we are with team principal, and it's quite ironic to see a female team principal in our local race series. Can you introduce yourself and what do you do?
Okay, my name is Sha Sha, and I actually run the team. So I have Chris, who's my manager, who works for me, and then my husband, who's a driver.
Yeah, we get to know that it's a family affair, right?
Yes, correct.
So how do you get into this basically?
I started karting at a very young
Cutting.
age, and then I started car racing, and then I stopped for a bit. You know, when my husband raced, my daughter races as well.
Yeah,
My
family
daugh-
racers.
My daughter is 14, and she's starting to race in the next round of MCS.
Okay.
So it's a family thing. So when I have my husband and my daughter racing, so I don't have the time to race anymore. So I just manage
Right. So
both of them.
when you actually started this, I mean, being team principal and managing this, how's the challenges that you face? Being a female,
We started about 3 years ago. My husband's been racing for quite a long time, but we started things seriously with the MCS and everything 3 years ago. And challenges I face, having to go up to the stewards and having to explain any mistakes done by the driver. So I think that's the biggest challenges because sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you get fined. So you have to explain yourself.
So as a team principal and also as an ex-racer, it's easy for you to manage communication with the drivers.
Quite.
Right.
Yes. I mean,
Do they listen to you?
they do.
They do.
But I've got a strong team behind me. I've got my chief mechanic, Dini. I've got my manager, Chris. And, my drivers are okay. I mean, it's easy to manage. It's not that difficult.
Apart from that, Sepang Circuit has been hosting these races for quite some time already. What is your feedback towards them? What can be improved and, things that you see for future?
Actually, for now, I actually think that things are okay. It's not so bad. But certain things can be improved, as in they could have more media coverage. They could have, when you have media coverage, obviously they have more
Yeah,
spectators.
people would know. I know some of them. I'm as a fan. We didn't know that we had MCS running for month-to-month basis until we get in touch with your manager, Christopher. I had known him for quite some time as well, but we didn't engage in this kind of stuff. So when we get to know this, I said, why not we with more coverage for them? Send more exposures to the outside.
Yes.
Well, I mean Malaysia.
If you're familiar with this other racing series, which we also race in, it's called the Toyota Gazoo Racing Series.
Yep.
That one has media
Correct. Yes.
everything. You have artists, you have performances, you have media coverage, you have all the press actually comes and cover, and that's when you get all the fans and all
Exactly,
the spectators
yeah.
coming to the race. But
I love that sound.
but with MCS, I think they are lacking in terms of media coverage.
Yeah.
As you can see, the grandstands are all empty.
Being a Malaysian Championship Series, there should be more coverage compared to Toyota Gazoo Racing. Toyota Gazoo Racing, yes, they are big. Of course, their media coverage will be huge, but we want to concentrate on our local series. So this kind of series, I would suggest all the medias out there who has the potential to expose Malaysia Championship Series to our local fans, right? And what is the expectation for the first race?
Obviously, podium.
Podium.
We had to pick up preliminary qualifying yesterday. So we're starting from 9th place.
9.
Yeah. It's a close fight. Everybody's bunched up together, so it could be anybody's race.
Right.
So we're hoping at least for a podium.
Right. So we will stay tuned with them. We will bring you more coverage on how the race went for Team Race Rally KL. Thank you, Sha Sha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alright.
Hi guys, we are back in it again, Paddock Show. Now today we are here with team manager Christopher. How are you doing, man?
Good.
Right, and
you.
so right. So how's your preparation going so far?
It's going good so far. The car performed relatively well in qualifying and practice, so no major hiccups, thank God. So we prepare our car as per normal. We make sure the tire pressures, check the engine, water temps, everything. We warm up the car before the race, and it's good to go. Basically.
So what is the setup feedback from your drivers from
basically,
yesterday to today?
Yesterday's condition is pretty much the same as today, so we are not doing much setup changes.
All right.
We are still maintaining, so hopefully they'll perform well on the track later.
And then you mentioned to me that these cars are basically a base car. Nothing much changed towards the production.
Correct.
So what are the things that you guys look into to improve the car?
Okay, we basically look at the suspension setup and also tire pressures.
Tire pressures,
Yeah,
yeah.
mainly tire pressures and suspension setup. That's
Okay.
the only tools that we can play with.
Right. So the race later, will it be a standing start or rolling
It
start?
will be a rolling start. for
Rolling start.
P2.
Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting normally. So you will see a lot of action down into turn 1,
Okay.
maybe up to turn 4,
Right.
before they fall down into a single line.
So today we are only racing on the north side of the circuit
Oh,
or
we are
the full
racing
track?
full circuit.
Oh my god, full
Full circuit.
circuit.
It's going to be exciting.
So what was your fastest time?
We did 247 flat.
247
Yeah,
flat.
247 flat. And all the pace around the SP2V,
Right.
it's pretty much around 46 to 47, around 48.
Okay. And
It's a very close gap.
how's your driver coping with this heat? I mean, even we are sweating, man.
Yeah, race drivers, they are trained physically to maintain this, to perform in these conditions. So, yeah, they have to deal with it.
Right.
There's no air conditioning in the car, so the only air condition, the only,
Is the air.
the
There's
only,
no.
yeah, insulation is to get through the air.
And then how about your pit stop? What is your plan?
What is our plan? Okay, we try to, depends on the condition, whether is there any safety car or yellow flag. We normally have to react to that. We try to react to that. If not, normally we try to make use of the faster driver. We try to prolong that stint, and then we switch into the next driver, depending on the conditions of how fast the driver is on the track.
As we know, the race is for 50 minutes,
Yep.
so the car might change from the balance wise. So
Yes.
how do your drivers adjust to that?
They are trained to cope to this situation. Normally, they have to adjust their pace. In qualifying, normally you go all out in the first 2 laps, but throughout the race, you have to maintain your pace. The tires probably will die if you push too hard. So they have to maintain throughout their whole
Okay.
stint.
So do you guys change tires after the race or you remain with the same sets?
Before the race, normally it'll be fresh. Okay. During the race, normally we'll change depending on the condition of the tires. The pit crew will have a look at it during
Oh,
the
okay.
stop.
All right. Right.
Okay. Normally we'll change the fronts.
And then are you guys able to do different compound or just one I mean how to say one make tires?
Yeah, it's just a 1 make tires by Hankook this year.
Hankook.
Yeah, this year is
Hankook.
Hankook. First time we are
This year.
racing with Hankook. Yeah.
Right. So it's not slick tires, right?
It's semi-slicks.
Semi-slicks.
Semi-slicks, yeah. There's only one compound.
One compound
Only
only.
one
Or
compound.
is there hard, soft, or medium? No.
It's
Just
not like
one
Formula
compound.
1. Just one compound.
But it's not easy, you know. It looks small scale, but take note, guys, a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears goes into this to prepare this kind of cars. These are actually quite a beast, if you ask me. When I think we will have a chance to have some footage of on board. Do you guys have on board footage?
Yes, we do.
for that? Later
We
you
do.
can
We
share
show
with
you.
us, and then we can show to our viewers how it feels.
Yeah.
The drivers handling these cars.
Sure, no problem.
So good luck for the race one.
Yeah.
We will see you later in the pit.
Yeah.
The
grid.
grid, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Right. Kumar here again from Paddock Show. Now we have one of the drivers from Race Rally KL's team, Mr. Shafiq.
Hi.
So, Mr. Shafiq, what is your expectation today?
So the expectation is always to win.
Yeah.
So we qualified 9 yesterday because we have a new driver. So he was quite nervous. So now we see what we can do. But usually the timing is it's very close. It's less than 1 second. So I think we got a good chance to actually be on the podium today. Also.
So you said that the timing is between 1 second.
Yep, correct.
So 1 second from the pole sitter,
Yes, 1 second from the
that
ball
is competitive, guys.
Yes, correct.
Top 10 within a second is competitive.
Yes, correct.
So how's your preparation for this weekend?
Okay, for this weekend, we have set up the car. So the
This
car,
car?
yes, the car. So we had everything new. We engine, repair everything for this round because we usually change it in like 2-3 rounds. So it's due for change. So I did change everything else. So hopefully we can be something for this round.
All right. So, like from yesterday to today, what are the differences you feel with the car?
I think for today, yesterday we had because it was qualifying and practice, so you didn't want to do a lot of things to the car between practice and qualifying. So for this one, we had it changed to a new brake pad. So hopefully it should be okay for this two race.
Okay. And then, what is your aim for the start of the race? Because the crucial part will be the opening few
Yeah,
laps
correct.
of the race. So, will you defend yourself or you will attack?
Usually you attack on the first race, but when you're attacking as well, you need to ensure that you don't get yourself because it's going to bind up in turn 1 and turn 2. So that's the critical part. And you do not want to get taken out in the, not even in the first lap. Yeah, correct.
Long-term game,
Correct.
you know?
It's a long-term
So,
game. Yeah.
what is the preparation for later on as a driver? How do you
Okay.
prepare yourself
So-
mentally and
So
focus?
usually, I don't think too much because you usually be in the zone when you're in the car.
Alright.
So just make sure that my physically I'm fine with do a little bit of stretching.
Okay.
So and then drink a lot of water because Malaysia is hot.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the next question I wanted to ask. It's super hot here, and then how do you guys cope with it? Even though it's a small car, I mean, there's no ventilation. I mean, the only one is
Correct.
the door.
yeah,
So,
we do have this. So this one will go direct into the
helmet?
not to the helmet to the car
Oh.
inside because we do not have like the GT cars or the GT cars that we have the hose.
yeah,
So it's not
goes into the
yes,
helmet,
correct. So for this is a simple race, simple car. So it's all SP2 category, no air conditioner. So it's just using the outside air to keep us cool.
So for the fans out there, they want to understand how the qualifying is determined.
Okay.
Whether it's a combined time or a separate, I mean, single flying lap.
Okay. So for MCS for this MCS, it's usually the one single lap, the fastest lap. Yeah.
Whichever driver.
Whichever driver, correct.
Okay,
As
alright.
long as you had the fastest time, that's the time that that they will take. Yeah.
Okay. So during the race, who's gonna go first? You or your partner?
I'm gonna do first because yesterday he did qualifying, so we do not want to stress him out
Oh,
because
okay.
he's quite he's 18. So I mean, younger kids have certain pressure themselves.
Understand.
So I think he was quite fast in practice with us. So I think he probably pressure himself too much. So I do not want him to pressure in the first race.
Opening laps, yeah.
Because he's doing first time he's doing MCS. So I'll be the one that I think then will turn over to him.
Right. So we're gonna cover you more after this.
Sure,
So
thank
looking
you.
forward for you to feedback us
Alright.
on the after the race.
Sure.
Alright.
Alright, thank you, Kumar.
Alright, no
Alright.
problem, mate.
Thank you, Pedro Show.
Right.
Alright.
For you guys, want to get your name?
Iman.
Iman, eh?
Iman or Danish lah. Anything lah.
Hi, I'm Kumar here again. Now we are with second driver of Race Rally KL team, Mr. Iman.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Iman. How did you end up with this race series?
So basically, I started off racing from sim racing, basically.
Sim racing.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And my family, I came from racing family.
Background, yeah.
So yeah, my dad is a racer, my mother is a racer as well.
Wow. Family.
So since I was a little boy, I always go to the racetrack. So that's why I start to fall in love with racing lah, basically. And I guess I start to involve in racing. So yeah,
How old are you, man?
I'm now 18. I just finished SPM. So yeah,
18.
yeah.
And how did you? I remember that people say that you are from Toyota Gazoo Racing.
Yeah.
So from there, how did you get? I mean, entrance in Toyota Gazoo, and then also come here.
So basically, I got into Toyota Gazoo Racing because of rookie.
Rookie.
So I was one of their rookie driver for last year season 2023, and it was a really great experience for me. I built my race time, I get my seat time, so really good experience from there. And now, yeah, I this is my debut in MCS.
All right.
So yeah, this is my first ever race in MCS.
So how
Yeah.
does sim helps you on the real track?
I mean, sim have a lot of similarity on real track, such as racing line, braking point. So I train in sim racing a lot. So there's not much work to transition it to real world.
So the
So I
transition is
think,
easier.
yeah, it's easier. So sim racing does really help me a lot. So yeah,
So what are your plans for today? I know that yesterday you ran for qualifying,
Yeah.
and he finished P9, just less than a second off the pole.
yeah.
And there's so many cars in your
Cars,
category, right? So what's your plan? You're gonna take the second stint, right?
Yeah, I'm taking the second stint. I'm giving my teammate Shafiq to push the first stint because he has more experience than me. So I'm taking the second stint and push all the way lah.
All right.
And most importantly, trying to get the P3, the podium position, and trying to get the car back home safely. So yeah,
So we look forward for that.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the podium.
yeah. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, man.
Heat up the brakes apparently. Okay, so you know how to adjust it.
To prepare for the first race. Let's see how.
No, it's
this
interesting,
weekend-
Like,
Does
you know, this kind of events I actually fully support because this is the grassroots event.
That's true. Malaysia Core Championship. And then I don't want to mention all that, but it's unfair for you guys to just concentrate on the big events. Come here on the ground, check out how the hard work is done. I mean, it's quite impressive even with a small team that they have to go through so much and there's less exposure.
Yeah, it's amazing, the teams that are here. They are all very small people. No,
And even ex-Formula 1 drivers are here, touring car drivers are here.
and
But-
some teams don't even have sponsorship. It's
man,
self-funded.
it's really sad to see how it's being run.
Yeah. All right, stay tuned.
Guys, it's a great
This
place
is the
to be.
start of MCS round 2.
The best place to be on the grid. Looking at them preparing for the race. Just over 10 minutes to go before the race starts. So if you can see from the background, it's full pack, the whole grid from the start to the back. I mean, it's so competitive. This is what we want to see for Malaysian Championship Series. And we wish Race Rally team and also Leona the best race finish for the first race.
Yes. So stay tuned for more coverage and also the race results and also the qualifying results.
I'm just excited to be on the grid, man. Even though it's Malaysia Series, I mean,
Yes.
it's
Support
passion.
our grassroots first before we
Exactly.
support international series.
Exactly, man.
All right. Our
Exactly.
drivers need you
Yeah.
guys to support them.
This is where we are. We want to be,
Without the fans, they're nowhere.
there's no race.
There's no
race
race.
is fans, fans is race.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
See you guys. no problem. Ocon.
No, after sector 4, when he's passing by the flag, the flag wanted to win.
Oh, tadi memang syok main sama you. Saya pun mau overtake you cantik-cantik dia. Saya cari.
Tapi tak boleh kacau lah diorang. Kacau kita tu.
Dia kacau saya, you overtake saya. Dia kacau you, saya overtake you. Tapi syok. I mean, ada kedua lah.
Satu jendela.
Kasih dia minum air dulu.
Third place, car number 88, race Rally KL, Shafiq Samsudin and Muhammad Iman Danish. In second place, car number 123, Axel Sports, Stuart Hine and Nathan Daly. And now, your winners for the SP2V category, car number 19, TV Motorsport, Divyesh Mirajun and Rajat. And now we would like to invite once again Mr. Segavello, head of IGU Petronas Sabang International Circuit, to hand the trophies to our third place winners. And now, once again, we would like to invite Mr. Jeffrey Lee, head of procurement at Petronas Sabang International Circuit, to hand the trophies to our second place winners. And now we would like to invite our first place presenter, Mr. Abdul Kadir, Head of Safety and Security, Petronas Sabang International Circuit, to hand the trophies to our S Production 2 V categories winners. And now a group photo with our presenters and our winners for the SP2V category. Congratulations! Thank you to our presenters and congratulations to all winners for the SP2V category.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the post race.
Post-race and then race Rally KL managed to finish P3 after the 50 minutes race.
So, apologies for the noise. Okay, it's classic cars on, but race Rally KL got podium.
Yeah, man, that was a great effort, man, by the drivers, and also from the team manager, Chris, whereby he executed the pit stop so perfectly that he managed to jump a few cars during the race, you know.
They started 9.
Yeah, they started 9 and then they got the podium. So it's now for the podium. We will catch up later after the podium, right?
Hi guys, welcome back. So MCS round 2 just finished.
Yeah, what a day, eh? It was not that hot, surprisingly for Sepang. I mean, like it was just nice, you know, comfortable.
Not too sunny, doesn't
The
rain.
wind is there. I mean, perfect conditions for racing. So the MCS just finished race 1 for our team that we have covered today, which is Race Rally KL. They did fantastically today. Basically qualified ninth and came up to the field from a perfect pit stop strategy by Christopher and the crew, and move them into the podium position basically. So we were in podium today. Congratulations to race rally KL
KL, yeah.
and Christopher for fantastically managing the team, and also letting us experience how you guys work from ground to have this success, a bit of success that only the race people or fans will feel the passion. And huge congratulations to them.
I think congratulations to Christopher as well, because you guys were against a lot of veterans, a lot
Yeah.
of people who have got
budget.
tons of experience, big budget, big sponsorship.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy. Such a small team could do such a big impact in a
So
race.
now this relates me to when let's say a Haas or a Stick were to go up the podium.
Yeah.
Now I understand why they go mad.
Exactly. And those days, Force India's and Jordan's, the small team budget could match high budget running team. So this is exactly the same feeling that we had today. So really appreciate the hard work of race rally team.
See, that's fantastic, and I think moving forward, if they continue with this kind of effort and this kind of hard work and teamwork, they can go far.
Yeah, despite not having much sponsors, they are running on their own. I would assume that if some people would like to, get in touch with them, Race Rally KL or Christopher, you can get in touch with them to sponsor them and put your company name on a car that basically could win races. Imagine if they have started up ahead of the grid. They could have easily won the race, man.
Exactly.
Their pace was awesome.
If they qualified slightly further up, I think they would have won the race.
Yes, and
because
then,
their pace was quite fast.
Exactly, and then I was observing how the team principal was instructing and doing a clean, organized job scope from each personnel in the team. So that is also something important, whereby the foundations laid by the team principal, the manager, and how the manager relays the information to the pit crew and they perform.
Interesting. And Iman Danish is also a very young talent. He's only 18 years old.
Yeah.
And this is his debut race.
Debut race for Suzuki Swift.
Imagine.
Such a tiny car with a good pace.
So I'm actually quite impressed with his lap time, with his composure, with his professionalism. I think if we nurture him properly, if the team coaches him properly, he's got good mentorship. I think as a race driver, you can really easily progress to a national level.
Actually, it was a huge field, it was just not a 10-car race or 5-car race. It was actually a huge field, and for you to come into podium, I mean, that speaks by itself that sometimes you need skill more than branding.
Yes. Speaking of which, I think we need to touch about this. This is something that myself and Kumar actually across the day we observed. Okay, we previously covered simulator racing and how the conversion is from simulator racing to reality.
Hakim Danish, right? His name?
Iman.
Sorry, Iman. He is from simulator as well, from sim background. So it's good to see him in the field.
Okay.
So you were saying?
So basically, it's a transition from simulator racing to real racing. How
Correct.
Jason and Race Room is doing. So we observe a couple of things that maybe we would like to highlight to you guys.
Okay, first thing first, there are some other simulator companies that are running, but unfortunately, I don't see local talent in their team. Yes, you are having a sim by itself in for the people or academy for them to join and stuff like that, to nurture themselves. But I don't see that transition happening into the race by those other simulator companies. But unlike a race room, you can really see the driver is there, and also they're engaging more from sim and also the racetrack. So something to look into. They must understand that yes, you are having a simulator. What is the purpose of it? To nurture local talent, right? So when you have foreign drivers, driving for you and going into the podium, that doesn't represent your heart. I mean, your work that you try to show to the people.
Yes, because the whole idea of just pick out the phone. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's the whole idea of simulator racing is actually to nurture talents without the additional cost of a physical car. So you don't have to bear the burden of damages, hiring mechanics, and then hiring the race look site, and also the spare parts and things like that. So I was actually quite surprised that certain companies that are involved in simulator racing did not feel local talents who actually excelled in all the simulator racing competitions.
I mean, that's something that they need to look at. I mean, of course, sponsorship is involved, money is involved, so we can't say much on that. It's their preference. Maybe they need someone from overseas to run a local race team, but totally opposite is the team that we have covered today. Pure racing, family background, no sponsorship, on their own. Salute to them.
Interestingly, round 2 will feature their daughter.
Yes, so we will have the opportunity to cover that as well. So let's see how.
So that'll be next month.
How their daughter, fare with their father.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
And actually, if you guys are not aware of MCS is actually not very expensive to participate.
Yes.
Can you run down the fees to that?
The fees is just 6,000 a year, and then the rest is on your own. The car,
Tires?
The tires, you need to find the tires. Of course, the car itself is basically a road car. You just have to do some few changes on the suspension wise. Engine you cannot touch, gearbox you cannot touch. The things that you only can change is the suspension and also the interior of the car. Of course, you need to have a roll cage in order for you to run. So when you comply to this regulation, 6,000 a year is not much. It's just that your running cost most probably will be around 15,000 per race weekend. It's way cheaper than go-kart. So if you're interested in this kind of category, well, you should join Malaysia Championship Series, which is fun.
And you guys will be surprised who is actually here right now today at the track. Tengku Jan?
Yeah, so many ex-Formula 1 drivers. Alex Yung was there. Nice to see him. And also, Tengku Jan is there. Leona Chin is here
Chin
today.
as well.
Unfortunately, her car, again, someone hit him from behind and then she had to retire due to the failure.
I pity Leona's team. This is the second time this year that she got hammered.
Exactly. I mean, so much effort she put in, and then such a fantastic looking car that she managed to find sponsor. So much hard work put into it, and then some driver just ruin your race. It's not good.
Oh dear. So I think it's also important that you guys are supportive of this event, because without this event, I think it's also very sad to see that SIC is empty.
Yeah, but you see, there's a lot of room for improvement. If I can see here, there are very less food vendors. They should make it look like a festival. It's not every day you do this. It's once a month only.
Yeah, once a month.
So if they produce an atmosphere which is like a festival look, I think more and more crowd will come in. The grandstands are free. Maybe they can do some rule tweak whereby they allow some fans to come into the paddock, maybe like an hour or so, have a look, have a barricade, have a nicely done for them to experience what is going on throughout this weekend. At the same time, at the grandstand, do some food vendoring, there's some DJs, some nice.
I think they need to have a bit of broadcast, because right now, I think Sepang International Circuit is only doing it on Facebook.
YouTube and Facebook.
So I think that's not enough.
Yeah, we need local coverage. Where's the local coverage? People.
You need local media, RTM1 or Arena. You need them.
Our local channels.
Yes.
What are they doing? They should cover this kind of races.
Because this is the whole idea of us doing this podcast, is actually to build awareness and also increase the platform amongst people.
Yes.
Because I'm sure a lot of you guys do not know what is involved in motorsports.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot more things, complex and simple stuff.
Yep. So as we have wrapped up our review of the whole day today, later on we'll interview the podium winners.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned.
Hi guys, welcome back to Paddock Show, episode 19, special coverage from MCS Round 2.
Yes, and we have our podium finishers, race
Yes.
rally team from Christopher's invitation today. We managed to cover the whole event from the preparation to the team briefing and how they managed the whole race, the 50 minutes. Right. So we have a question for you, both of the drivers. How did you feel? I mean, about the race, and how do you manage to get the podium?
So yeah, first of all, thanks to the team for having me to race this round. Yeah, the race was pretty good. We got up from 10 to third, and also big kudos to him for bringing the car, bringing the car up, right? Yeah, surviving the first stint. So yeah, all in all, it was a really great race lah for us, and for me also, it's my debut race.
Yes.
So
All right. So coming from P10, you mentioned earlier, to P9, how did you find your way self up the order? What did you do differently to find yourself in the podium?
It was actually from P10 to P3.
Yeah, P3. Oh my God, P3. Yes,
P9.
sorry.
Yeah.
So actually during my stint, I was the first driver. So we started at 10, but I think because all the havoc in first when you're starting the race, so there's a lot of cars. You need to survive the one as well. So there's a lot of close call as well. So managed to bring the car up until to fifth, seventh, fifth, somewhere around there. But but because of the traffic coming from the other SP2G, the Jazz, so I dropped a little bit back. But then but managed to hold up until definitely our stint. And then when I passed over to Danish, he did a great job. Even our team did a great job in the pit as well. So we did a 3 or 2 minutes pit, because your pit should be at 3 minutes. That's the minimum pit time. So we got a good team behind us as well to manage the pit. So
The pit stop was impressive. And another question for you: how do you manage to have similar pace? Both of the drivers managing similar pace and sharing the time. I mean, basically the pace of the car.
I think it's on the driver themselves. Well, I think Danish also quite experienced before he was in Sim. Then he participate in the Gazoo rookie, so he was quite competitive in the Gazoo series. So I think my pace, because I'm quite an experienced driver as well. So I think for Danish to actually manage to be faster than me is actually quite impressive feat as well, because it's his first time in MCS, his first time as well in the Swift. So he has never driven the Swift before. So he was only managed one testing prior to the MCS. So it's all.
That's what exactly we were talking about earlier. It's super impressive for you, really, bro. That you, 18-year-old, able to go straight on the racetrack and then do the similar lap times as the seniors. I mean, it's impressive. Another point to note: the tires. How do you guys manage the tire? Is there any loss of grip towards the end of the race, or sliding or something like that?
Right, for me, the Hancock, Hankook tire.
Whatever it is, yeah.
It has different traits from what we used to have previously. We were on the Yokohama, so the Hankook tend to be a little bit less grippy when it's heated up.
Right.
So you have to manage that. So, but everybody else also have the same issue. So if you know how to manage the tire and you know how to plan, because at the end of the day, driving racing is all about understanding of the vehicle, the tire, the grip, and everything. So you have to manage. You definitely won't get all the time doing racing a perfect car or perfect tire. You have always have difficult situations. So it's how you adapt as well. But the tire character is a little bit different, but you have to manage it.
just seem like exactly what he said. The tire, uh, I mean, like it's our first time use this tire for this season, so all other team trying to gathering some data from the tire, and yeah, like he said, like it's completely different from what they used to have before. So yeah, it's a proper managing tires skill game lah, I would say. Yeah.
And then how do you communicate with your team members from the pit box to your car? I can see in your helmet there's some radio devices and stuff like that. And was it easy to communicate, or was it hard for you guys to do the strategy based on what you have, the technology that we have now?
It's definitely easier, but I think during this race we had issue with the com. We had never had issue with the com, so it's like quite unlucky for us to have issue with the com. It's keep on like detaching and got like some clicking sound in the com. So our manager doesn't hear us as well. I couldn't hear them as well. So that's what makes the pit stop impressive as well. Because even with the
Exactly.
we cannot time when we actually at the entry of the pit area. So we cannot tell the manager that we already in and he can clock the time.
You
So
also have pit boards, kan?
we do. We have pit board where in emergency cases like that we know we have an issue, so we take out the pit board as well. So it's a backup system for us.
Backup system.
Yep. So because we know in the beginning we have a com issue, so that's why they put the pit board out as a backup as well. So we were struggling, but I think with the com we are using a stylo com system, so it's good to communicate between us and the team, so they have know what our issue is and we know what's our pace and what to do it's easy for us to strategize as well.
Yeah, from what I observed 10 years back or maybe 15 years back when I was a pit crew for Malaysian Super Series Classic cars, we don't have all this. I mean, and now it's super impressive with all the devices and stuff like that, even for Malaysia Championship Series. So for tomorrow, any changes on the car?
For us, no changes. We have some issue with the car, so I think probably we went a little bit aggressive on certain turn. So the crew is fixing that. So I think even we had no issue that we did in qualifying. So I think just redo back the alignment, and I think then it'll be up to the driver as well.
So no setup changes, yeah?
No major setup changes. Yep.
All banzai tomorrow.
All banzai because and then if you do changes without practice, you're afraid that it'll be different characteristics of the car, so it's not to risk any major changes as well.
Yep. Which position you starting from tomorrow?
Third will be starting from third.
Speed, so P3.
P3,
So
yes.
so I'll see a P1 trophy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll
Can do, bro,
that's
can
the
do,
aim.
can
That's
do.
definitely the aim. Yeah.
With how you guys run the team today, how synchronized, and despite being small, this is for all the viewers out there to show you guys, even a small team, well synchronized, well balanced, well managed, well instructed, from pit stops to setup of the car and the drivers. This is what you get, P3 from
Yeah.
P10.
So
thank you.
what we discussed, right? In Formula One, if you don't have a sponsor, but you get all the ingredients correct, management, tire management, fuel management, pit stop management, and also car setup, you can be on the podium.
Yeah, when you have the foundation such strong,
True.
everything is possible.
Teamwork is important.
Exactly.
It's not just the driver. The driver is definitely blind without the team.
Yeah, exactly, man. So everything must be synchronized. Yeah?
Yes, correct. True.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, both of
Right,
you.
thank you, guys.
We had
Thank
so
you.
much fun today.
Thank you very
And
much.
being part of your success today was also
Yes.
fun for us.
Glad
Hi guys, we're back again, Paddock Show. My name is Kumar, and now we're gonna get to know Iman Danish's parents. But we have his father here, Mr. Saiful, to basically explain to us how did he felt the day and how he's with the podium finish that he had. How he felt for the race Iman did today.
Thank you very much. Okay, so far sangat happy, but first time for Iman in MCS. So before this dia dengan race dengan Gazu, and then dengan MSF. So dia dah over than 2 years saya ingat dengan race ni, 2-3 years lah. So daripada umur dia 15 tahun. 15 tahun. So happy, first time, luck atas kiri kanan bawah. So very luck from P9, P10 and final P3. So alhamdulillah.
So just a question on the background. How was the journey of Iman, coming from such a young age until here now?
Okay.
I mean, what were the challenges you face as a parent?
Okay, sebenarnya Iman ni sebenarnya I dengan mama dia memang racing kita. Daripada dia umur 7 tahun, I dengan mama dia dah race. So memang every week kita main grassroad, Melaka, Perak, time attack, semua. And then dekat Sepang. Masa tu pun umur dia dalam, saya ingat, standard 4, standard 5 macam tu lah. So daripada sana dia ikut. And then masa PKP saya ingat masa umur dia 14 ke 13 tahun tu, he start simulator.
Sim racing.
Sim racing. So masa tu kita pun tak boleh race apa semua. So everybody dekat sim racing. So from there dia learn. And then dia masuk league, everything apa semua. Ingat first yang dia menang almost 15k. Masa tu XOX punya event. So almost 15k dia dapat. And then from there kita beli barang-barang dia lah. Prep dia untuk real race, racing. Beli helmet, beli suit, everything, kasut, everything semua untuk. So bila umur dia cukup, ingat masa tu 15, masuk 16, kita minta lesen untuk racing. So SIC tak lepas kan, MM tak lepas kan. Sebab dia satu age dia, and then satu lagi dia bukan daripada go-kart. Kalau if you from go-kart and then you ada lesen, senang. You ada background di situ. Jadi apa yang MM cakap, okay, you kena bagi dia dapat certified daripada mana-mana driving school, yang racing driving school ni. So from there dapat satu set, and then baru dia dapat lesen. So daripada tu ada start sampai dapat gazu, rookies gazu, okay, and then sampai sekarang dia punya development dia from sim racing to real racing.
So knowing that you as a parent is a racer itself, so macam mana transition dia? Was it his own interest or memang you guys told him to?
Kita tak pursuit dia pun. Kita tak ada suruh dia jadi racer ke tak. So bila racing, sim racing tu nampak dia punya kelebihan dia, racecraft. Racecraft dia agak good, agak bagus. And then dia punya tangan dia sangat cepat. So dia punya steering counter, reflection dia memang sangat kuat. Jadi bila first dia outing dengan dia punya kereta racing, dia punya race line dia macam bawa kereta GT yang biasa dalam sim racing. So saya cakap, you jangan push too much, nanti tercabut aku punya apa.
What car was that?
Masa tu kita guna Daihatsu Charade turbo. So after that I nampak dia ada potential apa semua, I cari sponsor. And then one of sponsor yang kita MSF, Nizam Tokiko Racing, dia sponsor Iman Danish, Tokiko Racing. Okay. Dia sponsor Iman Danish CRX. Honda Civic CRX. So that one tadi dia punya first car racing dia lah. Jadi daripada sana dia grab solo, and then dia ada partner dia, everything semua keep learn macam mana nak buat kereta-kereta yang susah ni. So bila dapat kereta yang baru, consider baru macam MCS punya kereta pun baru kan, the new one. Jadi easier sebab dia ada ABS, ada apa. So the old car dulu mana ada ABS. So very difficult to handle. So bila dia transition pergi je kereta-kereta baru, dia relax. Dia more relax and dia calm sikit.
So what is your plan or for him to further up the career in motorsport? GT racing or any other formula that you're looking at?
Okay, every parent sebenarnya nak kereta terbaik untuk anak-anak. Jadi untuk dia sebenarnya, I nak jadikan racing ni as dia punya second income dia. First income mungkin dia ada kerja sampai apa-apa pun kerja, baru dia boleh racing kat Malaysia ni, macam tu lah culture dia kan.
Exactly.
Ya, jadi racing ni mungkin dia boleh buat income dengan dia punya hobi dia. So I target dia macam tu lah.
Right. So how difficult is to find sponsors for you to race?
Okay, untuk I sebenarnya kita dah involve dalam racing ni daripada 7, 8 tahun, 10 tahun dah. Jadi kita dah kenal untuk contoh macam minyak hitam, macam suspension, apa semua kita dah ada kenalan tu lah. So daripada sana kita senang sikit daripada orang yang tak pernah ada sponsorship untuk dapatkan dia. Jadi I bawa dia masuk dalam event mana kecil-kecil dulu, kenalkan dia dulu, and then buat video, buat short dalam kereta punya shot apa semua. So okay lah, daripada sana kita post, okay dapat easy sikit sebab kita orang dah dalam dunia racing motorsport.
So, maybe lepas ni mungkin lagi cepat dapat sponsor sebab looking at his talent, dia punya pace masa race tu memang incredible. I mean hats off to you and your wife to cope up with this kind of challenges, having to fork out so much of money. at the same
For
time,
sure.
so much blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Sekarang, I mean, slowly is giving you
Yeah.
the result that you want.
Ya, betul. As long dia boleh survive dalam racing ni tanpa guna duit I pun dah, dah okay dah kan.
Dah okay.
Dah okay dah. So sebab dia punya kelebihan dia adalah dekat racecraft dia. Dia punya timing dia macam orang biasa lah. Cuma budak-budak ni dia punya racecraft dia agak daring sikit. So kita as a parent ataupun ni kita kena tengok budak-budak ni umur dalam 18, 17, 16, 17, 18 ni dia memang agak dahsyat lah dia punya apa? Dia tak ada takut. No, tak ada kerisauan pun. Enjin nak pecah ke, everything semua, sebab semua everything dah disediakan. Macam kita dah berumur ni, kita keluar duit sini, kita takut jugalah kan. Dari segi safety, dari segi cost untuk develop engine, everything semua kita kena fikir. Tapi macam budak-budak ni dia tak ada. Dia datang buat bike, race, jalan, so otak dia free. Dia tak fikir apa.
Another soalan nak tanya, macam mana abang punya, I mean, how you see this event is organized? Macam kita tak ramai fans.
Yeah.
Nobody knows MCS is existing in Malaysia, you know.
Yeah.
So there's such a less fans around, and also a less how do I say, engagement with our local public or Malaysia itself. What do you suggest to improve so that we can have more people coming in?
Okay, so MCS ni sebenarnya dah lama. Saya ingat dia dah lama, and then dia pun dah establish dekat among racer yang profesional ni dia dah lama dah. Jadi untuk you jadi professional driver, become a professional driver, and you nak ada sponsorship, ini adalah platform yang terbaik untuk you expose diri you. Jadi person kat luar sana sebenarnya kalau you nak tengok the organized racing, relax and mix of driver from Jepun, from Thailand, Indonesia apa semua, this is the right platform. So satu lagi pada I, this one good opportunity untuk budak-budak yang umur 18, 19. Kalau you tengok tadi podium tadi,
all the young people.
Yeah. So podium 2, podium 1, podium 3 almost young people, bawah daripada 20 tahun yang duduk kat sana. So hopefully Malaysia ada pelapis untuk Alex Yong ke, untuk lain punya all-timer punya driver apa semua. So hopefully one day Iman Danish will be one of them.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And what is your nasihat kepada parents out there who are, you know, takut nak bagi anak-anak diorang masuk bidang pemotoran?
Okay. So untuk parent sebenarnya you kena banyak study lah. Bila apa-apa pun hobi anak you, main bola ke, main motor ke, main kereta ke, whatever lah. You kena tahu anak you punya kemampuan, you kena research anak you kemampuan supaya dia tak buat benda-benda yang bukan kat luar sana kan.
Exactly.
So racing adalah satu benda yang pada saya satu benda yang happening, yang sihat.
Yes.
Dan you tahu anak you boleh pergi mana, dan one day kalau anak you boleh buat income daripada racing ni, so you one of lucky parent yang berada dalam kelompok racer-racer yang muda-muda ni. So pada I, untuk parent kat luar sana, jangan takut untuk spend duit dekat anak-anak berkaitan dengan racing ni. You akan rasa dia punya feel, you akan rasa dia punya adrenaline dia, you akan rasa everything kat situ. So untuk parent, please come and join us.
Exactly. Mr. Saiful, thank you so much for your insight, and hopefully more podiums and more wins for Mr. Iman.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much, bro. Hi guys, we are back here again. Paddock Show, race day, MCS is done, race 1 for round 2, and we are with Race Rally KL team, and it was, what a surprise today, you know, what a journey that we had from morning, looking at the preparation and coming to know that they have finished on the podium. Again, congratulations to Christopher and Sha Sha.
Thank you so much.
How was the day?
Great.
Brilliant.
We started from 9th and we ended up on the podium. I couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah.
Right. And how about you?
Yeah, it was a tough day because all the competition was so close together. As a team manager, it was really, really heart-wrenching, you know, but to see we gain positions one by one and finish on the podium is really happy for us.
There is a question that I want to ask about that. How do you guys move up the field? I mean, from P10.
Of course, it's the drivers. They have to do it on the track. Okay, but also pit stop.
manager?
Yeah, the manager. The pit stop is very important. Of course, when we saw our driver, which was stuck behind traffic, so I told Sha Sha, why not pit put in the
Earlier.
second driver
Alright,
and
earlier.
give it into a
Earlier.
clear track. So to speak, in F1 terms, we call it undercut. So we try to undercut the crowd and we gain a few positions. And from then on, the second driver did most of the overtaking to
Correct.
get into the podium positions.
Right, and throughout the race, we noted that there were some people crashed out, and also the from towards the end of the race, I can see you guys were something like nervous, knowing that you're already in P5 and then trying to move up to the podium. How nerve wracking was that?
It was very nerve wracking because everybody was bunched up. Everybody was close. I think from the first place to the fifth place, we were only about 5 seconds apart, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it could be anybody's game.
Yes.
We could end up second, we could end up third, or we could end up off the
Fifth,
podium.
yes.
So we were lucky enough to manage to snatch third.
Right.
Yep.
So and we're starting from third tomorrow. So it's actually a good progress starting.
And stuff like that. So how difficult is to convince this? Some people might, some competition might say this and that. So how do you manage all that?
I think we have no worries because
Our car is legal.
legal.
And first of all, we need to know the rules really, really,
Yeah.
really, really fully, and we need to interpret it correctly as well.
Correct.
And for tomorrow, will you guys do any changes on the car or gonna go all guns blazing? Since you're starting P3,
Guns blazing.
guns blazing, yeah.
Okay.
So win for sure.
We try to maintain in a
Hope
podium
so.
position. That's our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your aspiration for the next few races?
We hope to maintain our winning streak. And then collect as much points as we can. And hopefully finish top 3 in the championship. I think now we should be running fourth. I think fourth. Yeah.
So basically, for the championship, do you guys are the teams consistently competing, or there are some dropouts in between?
I think last round there were about 10 cars. I think
Yeah,
this
more-
round
I think-
there's more cars this round. I
Yes,
think
yes.
14,
15 cars.
yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are consistent, I think championship is on the cards.
Correct. You need to collect points in every round.
Yes.
So just to be consistent.
So
That's all.
as we were discussing before that, as a team, it is very important for you to have the strong foundation, from your team principal, from bosses, team principal, managers, the crew members, the drivers, everything must gel along. So what we saw today, Paddock Show team, everything was in place. I mean, like, we were super impressed with how you guys manage it. With such a small team, and the way you guys perform professionally, hats off to you guys and congratulations on the P3. Tomorrow will be another day for you to, fight for the win.
Yes, we'll fight again.
All right. So for that, we towards the end of the session for this week's episode. Again, thank you so much for Christopher for organizing us and allowing us to come and experience such a wonderful day. And also Sha Sha, thank you for your team for allowing us to be part of your journey. And hope to see you guys again.
Okay. Thank
Can?
you for coming here.
Yep, sure.